What's going on? Well, it's time to get back to work. But not on this. We'll be working on this old Yamaha yamerhammer. Yep, I just like getting all the projects started at one time. So we're gonna work on this and get it ready. We're gonna go to bike week named Daytona here in a few weeks. I gotta put a clutch in it and do a couple other little things, clean it up real good. Done a lot of sitting, so it's gonna be fun. All the projects, gotta do everything. Let's work on everything. All right, let's get after it. We'll start by examining what we're going to need and how we're going to have to do it. I've never done a clutch in one of these bikes, so kind of looks like I might go ahead and drop the highway bar because I need to clean it up. It's really nasty, and get old SOS pad on that chrome, clean it up real good. Probably gonna have to drop the floorboard on this side. This exhaust is gonna have to come off. And let's see, that looks like it might be about it. And then pop this cover off right here. Let oil get all over the driveway. I gotta make a bracket for this because the air cleaners are now up under the tank for the Can-In high performance kit. And everybody wants to go down the road today too. See how dirty it is? It's just really dirty. So I got to replace the front brake hose. Front brake hose is leaking. I got all that stuff to do it. Really dirty. So I'm gonna grab some tools. Looks like it's called Metric. Grab some tools, start taking this thing apart. I think I'm gonna take these shields off. They're just so sand pitted and all that. I don't think there's gonna be no saving that. Overall though, it's a pretty cool looking bike. I like to do like a Cholo style, cruiser out of it. Have the Mexican blanket up here, and eventually gonna pull the saddlebags. I ain't gonna run no saddlebags. Probably just do a rack on the back, put a bag on the back, just put all the stuff in, beer, and I'm gonna put the neck covers back on. Previous owner didn't put them on. I guess he liked it with them off, but I'm gonna cover all that back up, make it. I don't like the way that looks, my opinion, but all right. I'll start by taking this off. Let's see. See how this is going to go. Hopefully the engine don't fall out. I guess I didn't need to take that other bolt out, but put that in back. Yeah, I'll put that one back. I don't have to take that one out. Alright. Let's see where you at. Thing ain't got the little thing to keep the socket on the thing, so it keeps falling off. Wore out junk. Probably going to have to remove both mufflers and just slip out and undo the clamps. They should undo your mount bolts, and they should just slide on off of there. I may have to doctor them up a little bit too, get a little bit more power sound out of it. was gonna buy exhaust for it, but it just cost too much, and I'm cheap. So you see where the brake fluid was burning up against the exhaust, flying off the front. Let's see. Let me go get some spray everything. Gonna go ahead and pull everything, get everything out the way. Make something to kind of stiffen that up. Just got basically one bolt holding it on there. It's just a dummy. Ain't got nothing in it. But it just looks kind of incomplete without it. Those are Allen head screws, bolts, whatever you want to call it. I hate them because they're probably going to be a butthole to get out, and they like to strip, and they like to strip more than a stripper. Oh, let's go see what we can come up with. Oh, I bet you I don't have the right size. How did I know that? I knew it. I knew I wouldn't have the right size. Figure something out. Have these Torx. I'm missing one. Oh no. Alright, I found it. Alright, let's see. That kind of fits. You just got to be very careful not to strip it out. Sometimes you can get away with it with a Torx. Just got to be ever so slightly careful. Very, very careful. Oh my God. I cannot believe it. I think that Creole just works that good. The bottom one ain't even tight. Yeah, it wasn't even tight. How about that? I need to do a nut check on this thing. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Almost slide it all out. So that wasn't tight. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do some work to them. Make them sound a little bit better. Let's see if we can get the front one off. Let's see.
size. What size is you? What size you is? Can't get it in there. Lord. Come on now. Get in there. Get on in there.
This thing's coming apart really easy. I probably just jinxed it. Probably gonna go ahead and pull the mufflers out. Go ahead and get the bottom front cylinder exhaust pipe off.
Oh yeah.
It just wants to come apart, man. It just wants to. That one was loose. All right. Those ought to slide on off of there. Just like that. All right, look into the dark hole and you can't see through it. That just means I got to knock a hole through that baffle. And it will change the sound tremendously. I've done it once before on one of these bikes. And that's your front cylinder. Well, I got these off. I'm going to take steel wool soap pad, clean everything up, clean all this up before I start putting it back together. Because I mean, might as well. If you're going to do a job, do a good job, or the best you can at least. I'm going to take this off.
Take it off.
Tit right there, it was in that rubber boot. Alright, now we're down to the nitty gritty. This is where your clutch is at. Might grab me a pan, put it up under there, it's probably gonna spill a little bit, but it's leaning on its side, so it shouldn't be too much of a mess. Bolts might be certain lengths, so pay attention to your bolts. See, that one's a certain length. I'm gonna get a table and set up, start setting my bolts out, and that way I don't try to lose track of them. Wife's redoing the camper, so I'll just steal the table for right now. Alright, I'm gonna pull a couple more top bolts out, see if they're the same size. See, that one's different. That one's different. You got a long one and a short one. All these might be the same size. All these back here might be the same size. Don't know yet. I could be doing this wrong. Pretty funny. Basically just for looks, but that's where your oil filter is right there. Alright, so I started taking my bolts out, 1, 2, you know, all the way down, and I started on this hole, so I'll be able to put all my bolts right back where they're supposed to go. They're all different sizes. You may have like 1 or 2 that are the same, but kind of just helps. Now, fun part, this is clip back. Pull these apart, you want to make sure you pull them apart and lay them out how they come out, and then you put them back in backwards. You know, just do one at a time. It's almost like an automatic transmission. got these tabs, and you got a long slot, so as I've been pulling them out, I've been kind of paying attention. One with the two little cutouts seems to be in that slot right there. And then seems to go like that, and then one with the one little slot is on this one. So pay attention to that. Okay, popped open my kit. So there's that wire clip that's holding that last steel in. So you got like little divots to help grip. Really need to get that clip out of there. That's going to be a pain in the butt. So let me work with that, and I'll come back and get y'all here in a jiffy. All right. Alright, there's a spring, a wire spring that goes around and goes into a groove on this drum that holds that first plate down. If you don't have to remove it, I strongly suggest do not removing it. It is a pain. And it's probably a special tool, but I did it with you know, just basic little tiny flathead screwdrivers. But if you don't have to do it, I strongly suggest just don't even do it. Just replace the rest of your steels. My original plate wasn't in that bad a shape. I probably could have left it in there. It'd have been okay. So hopefully, it looks like my spring's in my grooves good. It kind of clicks because it's got a spring plate back there, so it pushes that front plate up to that spring and locks it in place. But yeah, if you don't have to, don't do it. All right. So this is how he laid out. Yeah, this is the front clutch plate, steel, clutch plate steel, clutch plate steel. So basically, lay your new ones out and start until you end to your front. Like start with that one, end with that one. So I'm gonna lay them out, put it all back together, start cleaning up. So we on the back stretch now, going back together. All right, we got it all back together. I just went ahead and torqued these down to 100 inch-pounds and just like a smidge of a turn past. Should be fine. Couldn't really find nothing on the interwebs tell you exactly what it is, but a lot of guys just said just tighten them down until you're comfortable with them. I'm just like, all right then. So I'm gonna look for my new oil filter, get all the old gasket material off, put everything back together and start cleaning it up and start putting it back together and fix that front brake hose. Alrighty. Okay, clutch is in. I got everything put back together for the most part. I'm gonna leave it this way. I'm gonna take some degreaser and spray all this, try to clean best I can, and I'm gonna just try to clean it up before I start replacing this front brake hose. And I got a lot of other things I need to do that I want to do before I button it all up, but let's get it all cleaned up. modified them mufflers a little bit. He had part of the baffle cut out, but it really wasn't all the way out. You got another part, you got to knock a hole through it or something. That way it'll actually breathe. Still got some cleaning up to do, but it sounds a whole lot better. Much better. Get ready to put her up for tonight. Get back on tomorrow. I got some parts coming. I got things I'm going to do to it. Little tricks up my sleeve here, so to speak. Changing the front lights and just doing a couple little things. And we're going to put a little sound system on it. I'm more excited about that than anything.